Are we on? 1, 2, 3 testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 testing. It looks like we're on. That's good. Um, can you hear me okay? I hope you can hear me. I've been switching back to my old setup again because I'm trying to get all of this automated again. You know, setting up for a live stream and everything. Whoops. Yeah, pretty much. Wednesday hit me like a sucker punch. That's what I wrote in the Discord over at Discord. For those of you who do not know, there is a Discord channel. So yeah, Wednesday just came again. It feels like I just ended the live stream last week and now I'm starting up again. And that's basically how my brain works. Whenever I work with something, I can only focus completely on one thing at a time. But when I'm completely focused on that, I'm like really, really focused on that. That's how I learn everything and how I get into details and stuff, you know. It's always about the details. Everything is about the details. If there are no details, then it's boring for me. So, yeah. Someone someone wrote cocaine made me lose hair. I didn't know that cocaine could do that. Um, Actually, that's yeah. So Dean, yeah, you've noticed this session here. Yeah, it's about 26 tracks or something. And I've been making music using just one synthesizer. And I've been doing that for a video that is upcoming for something that is going to come out really soon. Yeah, and that's all I can say. And what I can also say is I'm going to be later than everyone else with my video because I'd rather just take my time and do it proper. And I thought instead of doing one, like this is going to be the first video for this thing, this synth thing. And I don't want it to be one of my just, you know, this is how you press this button. It says function and it does function stuff. I don't want it to be a normal tutorial. I've been having a lot of fun making music lately. And so I decided to make music, but just use sounds from that synth. So drums have to be from that synth, any percussion, any lead sound, anything. Hello, Captain, my Captain. Yeah, any sound that I make with this synthesizer, this secret synthesizer that is going to be, yeah, there's a date for it, and everyone's going to push out their videos, and I'm not, because I'm just going to try to finish what I'm doing. So there's probably going to be 2 videos from me for this first project. So this is the project I've made, and I'm going to play it for you later on. And of course, I'm not going to tell you what company, because, you know, I can't tell you stuff like that yet. But once it's revealed, I'll be able to say, you know, something. But yeah, I'm always very careful about, you know, leaking any type of information or anything like that about new products and things. And that's how I've been keeping, you know, that's how I kept being able to do this job, being able to have products delivered early and stuff. So yeah, I don't wanna say anything before I'm technically allowed to. I'm probably allowed to tease stuff. I've had that told to me before, but everyone knows me as the person. Everyone, like any app developer, any hardware developer, anyone working within any type of industry, they know me as the guy that do not go around spreading information around or saying one thing from one company to another. This is how they know me, and I want them to think of me like that. I don't want them to start thinking of me as the guy you can't trust, because this guy will just, you know, mouth off to everybody. Mouth off? Mouth off? That's probably the wrong thing. Yeah, so I can't tell you. And, you know, I'm also a troll, and I love teasing people because, you know, God, I'm so sick. I love teasing people. I know what it does. I know what it does. It's horrible, especially when you really want to know. I know how that feels, but at least you won't be suffering for too long. You'll find out probably tomorrow, you know, probably tomorrow. I just want to say hello and welcome. Rustic says under $1,000. Yes, it's definitely gonna be under $1,000. $1,000. Let's see here. That's about ungefär 10,000 svenska kronor. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be under $1,000. I can say that. That I can say. So I will be playing this music for you. But here's the thing. Regarding the title for this video, like I said, Wednesday hit me like a sucker punch. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm panicking. And panicking brain is not good. So panicking sees a USB-C cable, and I get the thought, hey, I actually like USB-C. And I go typing it into the title, and then I make my thumbnail. I do this within like three minutes or something, and upload it. And I instantly regret it. I instantly regretted naming this the topic for this, I like USB-C. I do, but I have no idea how I'm supposed to stretch that out for a 2-hour session, let alone 10 minutes, because all I can say is, you know, USB-C is pretty cool because it sits better. It sticks better. It's, yeah, that's it. I don't like it better for the audio quality. I don't like it better for any other type of thing, because syncing works the same way. Updating firmware in synthesizers and stuff that has USB-C works the same way. There's nothing I'm getting no increased anything here. No increased speeds, no increased nothing. All I'm getting is doing this, that, taking this and doing this. It feels really good, and when you do this, it feels better than USB-C, than USB-A, than USB micro, It just absolutely feels better, because USB micro feels as if it's gonna pop out at any moment. And I've had so many different cables where I've had to go back in and bend and push down the metal on the cable to have it sit better inside when I'm when I'm pushing it into the machine, whatever machine it might be, a synthesizer, a drum machine, a MIDI controller. I've had to just squeeze it with a pair of pliers to make it really stick onto there. Because when you use these things, after a while, they just start getting what do you call it? They just get floppy. And I've actually had sessions where a cable just fell out on his own because I didn't realize that the metal was like bent outwards or something like that. Yeah, it's just horrible. We got so many people in here right now. So just hello and welcome. I chose a topic that I was not prepared to stretch out. So we're probably going to talk about a lot of other things, but what I want to do for the beginning here, I know that there's not that many people right now, but what I want to begin with is play this song for you. Just check your levels, all right? I don't think I'm gonna kill your ears, but just check your levels, and also keep in mind that the quality of this is gonna be affected by the stream. I'm really sensitive about this because I've been working on this thing for over a week, and I'm also making a cool video. I can show you some bits and clips maybe for it, but yeah, let's just begin. So just check your volume, and I'm gonna play it because as soon as I press player, it's just gonna start blasting. So 3, 2, 1, volume in check, go.
You don't seem to get it. I need you to listen, alright? Are you listening? You see, there can only be one. And I'm the one. Are you ready for it? seem to get it. I need you to listen, alright? Are you listening? You see, there can only be one. And I'm the one.
So this is the radio edit. I call it radio edit because it's the shorter version. It's like 3 minutes long. And there's going to be a longer one. So this part here is actually going to lead into a big thing where something more happens, something sick, something really sick. In the last song I did, EDM song, I did a reggae dub section. And in this one, I want to do something else. First, I thought about maybe doing some polka, you know, some weird EDM polka or something. So someone mentioned Nin and Skinny Puppy, and I love that. Someone says Neo Complex. You know, you're just making me happy when you say stuff like that. These are very, very good things that you're mentioning here, especially Nin. And I also like what's been going on with me is that I've been playing Cyberpunk, and Cyberpunk has inspired me on a huge level. So there's cyberpunk elements in here. There is, you know, distorted things in here that comes from Nine Inch Nails and also Marilyn Manson that I like a lot. I love his music, especially that Tubular Bell thing he did for what was it, that the game that became a movie, Resident Evil. Oh my god, the music there. I think I've even done videos before where I've used that melody and I've done stuff with that melody. It's like, it's a part of my musical life that most of my friends don't even know that I have that part. When I grew up, I listened to a lot of reggae, I listened to a lot of hip hop and like world music. So most people that came home to me, they never really heard me play like Marilyn Manson. They never heard me play Nine Inch Nails. They never heard me sing in a punk band. They didn't hear any of that. They didn't know that. So yeah, it's that part of me that just loves that stuff. And of course, then you have bands like Prodigy, the Prodigy. It's a lot of influences from there. You know, it's just, I just love it. Yeah, I hope you like that, but that is going to turn into a video, and all of the sounds in this track, all of them, except from the vocoder and my voice, of course, all of it came from one synth. Few of the sounds I made from scratch, but a lot of the different other ones, they are literally presets. And if you go through the list here, like all the tracks, these are literally the preset names. So you can just look up a name for a track and you'll have the preset name there. There is literally a preset in there called alarm, and it's that alarm sounding thing. Let's see if I can, I'll do that instead. And that, I'll just play the alarm for you. I like the alarm. I love alarm sounds. And then I just simply messed it up. I fucked it up a bit. So I took, what I did was I wanted it to increase for the second part of the alarm section, as I call it. So what I did was I just took the same sound, I copied it, pulled down the volume a little bit on the clip, and then I used the algorithm inside Cubase's for just pitching it, which usually it will distort and introduce shit into your audio, but that's what I wanted. So it sounds like this. It's just, I love it. I love it. This synthesizer has been so much fun to work with, and yeah, that's it. Someone asked me before the stream, and I think it was, if I go back and check here, someone asked me, I think it was Rudy van Etten, or Rudy van Etten, or van Etten. I think you're Dutch, but Rudy, you were asking, can you record audio through a USB-C cable? Well, yes. I mean, it's just, USB is just a protocol. So all it does is communicates from one side to another, and so it doesn't matter if it's USB micro, USB C, USB A, USB B. It doesn't matter if it's it's always talking with something in between. You know, so it can be anything from, for instance, it could be a microphone, right? And this one is with lightning, but it's really a USB thing, you know? So it doesn't matter. It could be a sound card, it could be anything, and that's what you're usually recording through. So what you should be doing is doing what Electronic Sound said. You should be using a sound interface. And it really doesn't matter if the sound interface connects with a USB-C or a USB-A or a USB-B or a USB micro or that other weird micro that everybody seems to have forgotten about, that also looked like a chopped off pyramid, that USB. It doesn't really matter as long as you can connect it up, have it communicate, then yes. And I mean, in the case of the OPZ, you can literally connect this one. If you have a USB-C to USB-C, you can connect this directly into the butt of the iPad and record audio from this thing. And you can also send audio back because it works as a sound interface, basically. That's how it sets it up with the iPad if you connect it that way. Yeah, it's really straightforward. Someone says Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt on iPads. USB-C is also Thunderbolt. Yes, it is. I personally love that it's going to support Thunderbolt because now I can probably use my Focusrite 8i80 interface. Okay, so that interface you've got, Captain, only has a Thunderbolt. It has a Thunderbolt connection, basically. But Captain, don't you need like drivers for that specific Focusrite interface, or is it completely USB class compliant? Because if it isn't class compliant and you need drivers, then it's not going to work no matter what you do. I'm not sure about that one, but I think I've seen it somewhere, and I can't remember. But aren't you supposed to install drivers for it? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can tell me that. But yeah, the new iPads are gonna have Thunderbolt. I mean, it's combined. I mean, why would they put two connections in there? You know, that would have been awesome, though. That would have been awesome. There were a lot of people who thought that the new iPad was gonna contain, whatever. I want to show you something. I want to show you something more. So the video I'm working on, I'm doing this to stretch. Oops, I'm not gonna show you that. I'm doing this to stretch the video now because we are talking USB-C, but we're also talking other things. I want to show you this. So I took a look at this because, yes, I have a bit of a Neo complex, and I have a bit of a cyberpunk complex, and I have a bit of a synthwave complex. I love this stuff more than I love my own. Note to self, don't say stuff out loud that you're thinking. I love this. I absolutely love these things. Okay, so I thought, you know what would be cool if I could use you know that thing that I did, you know this thing that I did. Let's see here if I have it. Yeah, this video that. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, it shuts over to that. Wait. Can I just? Where is? How do I shut that off? How do I shut that off? Can I stop that? I don't remember how you do that. I want it to show here. I don't want it to show on there. Oh, this is really pissing me off. Why is it not working? What am I doing wrong here? You know what? Let's just do this. I'll just raise the camera to over here, and I'll show you over here. It's gonna work better. Alright, so this video that I did this with a software called Magic Music Visuals. And basically it takes your audio and you can do a load of graphical stuff with it. And I've had so much fun working with this software. It's on Mac. You don't have anything on iPad even remotely close to what this thing can do. A lot of people have been trying to, recommend different types of visual apps and stuff, and I've tested almost everything that exists on the App Store, and nothing comes close to what I can do with this thing. Nothing. So I thought, what if I take this thing here and I try to make that into my scene? I try to make something like it. Now, it doesn't really look like it, but it turned out pretty cool actually. So right now what I've got going here is I've got a snare drum. If I forward it a little bit, I've got a snare drum controlling the grid here, and I've got the bass controlling the spectrum here, and the sun is being controlled by a bass drum, and then I've got stars in the background that are also controlled by the bass drum. So they kind of shoot forward and then slow down, shoot forward and then slow down with every kick, with every beat of the kick. I'm not completely done with this scene yet. I'm not too happy about the guard race and stuff like that, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be part of that video for this track. So this is literally a part where I'm just playing snare, drums, and the bass. It's gonna be part of that video. Just wanted to show you that real quick, and I need to shut this thing down so I don't show you anything that I can't. I'm just gonna load up. We go back to this cam again, and I'm gonna load up this thing. Where is it? I've got a session called anything. Where is it? Anything. Stream anything or something like that. Now I can't remember what. Oh yeah, Discord chat stream. I think that's the one. And that's gonna load up. Yep, it's gonna load up. Nice and sweet like that. And it's supposed to have a track in there. Right. So we have a little bit of music in the background. I'm gonna unload this. You should throw some palm trees and a Lamborghini. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to do that because then it becomes too synth-wavy, and I need this to look darker because of the tone of the track. The track is way more cyberpunk-ish, more Nine Inch Nail-ish, more like that. So maybe not palm trees. Maybe I'll throw some samurai swords in there or something. I don't know. I tried making a little forest with samurai trees, but yeah, I kind of need some 3D software or something, you know. I really miss having access to a powerful desktop computer. You know, I used to work a lot with Premiere, Photoshop, and I've also worked a little bit with Maya 3D, you know, and things like that. My videos would probably take even longer for me to make, but oh my god, how I could increase the production value. More stuff is gonna be more to render. Yeah, it's gonna be, but that clip I just showed you, it took me about 20 minutes to render. 20 minutes to render a 3-minute clip. So the clip is 3 minutes long. I'm not rendering too high, 100 megabits basically, and I'm doing 1080p, you know. Got goth palm tree. Yeah, goth palm trees. Goth palm trees. I should Google that, maybe see if I can find anything with goth palm trees. So let's talk a little bit more USB-C, because that is the title. Yeah, USB-C is it's awesome. It's great. I've used it here. You know, it works exactly like. Who am I kidding? Why did I choose that topic? What am I doing? Ugh. 20 minutes is not bad considering. No, it's not bad. 1080p, 3-minute long. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. I'm not using any anti-aliasing. I'm just doing some stuff. But you know, as soon as you add God rays and blur into these projects, the fan of the MacBook, it spins up and it never stops. And the MacBook gets so warm, you know, close to where you have the screen um, where it bends, it almost gets burning hot. And I'm always scared that it's gonna start burning because of it. USB-C cables are too stiff, even out of the... Yeah, you know what? I think that that's pretty much the case with most more expensive USB cables that I've ever used. Because I can tell you, I've gotten some cables where they've been so floppy, it felt like, you know, almost as if you're doing like this, and you can almost feel the little leads inside shaking around as if it's not properly, you know, molded into... It's almost that they took like some leads, some AVG 16 or something thin, and then they just ran them through a straw, like a... I almost said sucking straw. Wait, no, it's called straw. Yeah, it's called straw. I had a friend, he used to say sucking pipes to straws. That was always funny. They told me, you know, when they were doing these class trips with the class, they went to London, and he kept asking the waiters for sucking pipes. Oh, Tom. Tom's a good friend. Yeah, I miss Tom. He's got ADHD like me. Yeah, but he's really, you know, that man has really become something. He's a good man. Need some cables. No, I'm not gonna say. Braided metal USB-C cables are the best. Braided metal? Wait, are you saying braided metal as in metal that is braided for USB? Jim Shannon on sounds. Can you maybe link to a cable? God morgon, Kalle. That's good morning in Swedish. Good morning in Swedish is god morgon. It's literally the same thing. In German it's guten Morgen, I think, or something like that. You might want to render in layers. The floor on one pass, the sun on another, and so on. Yeah, Javier, you're absolutely right. You're right, Cabron. You're right. Because this MacBook it's dying, man. It's absolutely dying. It's not good. It's from 2012, and it can't handle too much. Or good moron. Are you calling me moron, Samuel? What the hell? Let's see here. If I manage to miss any of your questions, just ask them again. Because I'm gonna miss so much. Come on, YouTube, stop doing that. Muchos cabrones. De nada. Cállate, cabrón. I'm trying. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about a way of. I've talked about this before. I've been thinking of a way of regularly having people from the audience, you know, coming on to here, so that we can talk something specific. I'm too unorganized because I don't have the time that I need to organize something like that, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, what would that even be? What would the topic be? Like a topic like today, USB-C, it could probably become more fun if you were allowed to participate in it somehow. You know, if I had a guest come on and we talk about some, I don't know how you make USB-C related thing funny or interesting, but I think you know what I mean. Everything becomes more fun when you're doing it with people. I say, and then I spend most of my time alone, but yeah, that's the case with a lot of things. And I mean, when I was younger, I used to actually play a lot of games online with people, you know, and I played with people from all over the world. You know, sit up all nights, and suddenly a game that is really, really boring becomes a lot of fun when you're doing it with others. And, you know, talking about USB-C for 2 hours, it's not really fun, and I don't even know how to do that. I'm not that good, okay? I'm not even close to that good. I don't know how to stretch that out like that. But how do we do that? Have you heard of this satellite plugin for remote music collab? No, but I'm gonna check it out. So if you have any ideas for how we get you, the audience, my friends, my viewers, onto this show, for us to do like a regular thing that could be interesting for others watching it. And you know, it's fun because everyone has a chance to participate in doing something. It could be a challenge, and I'm not talking about no stupid cinnamon challenge or what was that name of that challenge where people were eating like laundry detergent? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about musical challenges, you know, trying to figure out how to make a sound like something else or something like that. I don't know. Magneto is one company that makes USB braided cables. Okay, Discord. Yes. Did you put it in the main lounge? In Discord. It's, yeah, okay, wait. Did you mean, am I missing something here? You say Discord and I'm on the Discord here right now. Do you mean we should use Discord for that? Could do that. Let's see here. What was that question again? That question, satellite plugins for remote music collab. Satellite plugin remote collab. I don't know if I'm searching for the satellite. I misspelled that to city light. Satellite sessions. Is that what you're talking about? It's a VST plugin, right? Announcing satellite plugins. Okay. All right. So isn't there something? There is something similar for like that. Get 10 people out of your followers. Some can share tips or best practices for music production. Best is always to keep the length of the video short so that you don't run out of things to say. Or anything else related to music production, album, creating, mastering, music making video. Oh, yeah, of course, that could be a thing, yeah. Not sure how to use Discord and live stream works together. I've seen a lot of people doing that, actually. They're live streaming their Discord chats. It's just that most of these people doing it, they have like enormous channels, and the problem with that is that there's too many people on, and when they have audio on, everybody starts talking at the same time. It always turns into, well, unintended intelligible digital distortion. Three months of videos, 10 yeah, it will, because there's one video a week. Alright, okay, I'll think about that. I'll try to find some way of doing that. Restream or reflector, that could also work. I just really want a way of doing this with the audience, because I see I see so many other people having fun with their audiences, and I feel that that's missing from me. This guy that I watch sometimes, he's called Internet Etiquette with Eric. Internet Comment Etiquette with Eric, or Communiquette. That's what he calls himself, I think. And he always has fun with his audience, and he does it through Twitter, of course, usually. And they really have gotten to know him, and that's the thing. I haven't figured out this one thing to do, and I'm always trying out new things. I never seem to be able to settle on something. Mostly because I think that it's gonna be boring, but for this live streaming channel, I'd rather have it be like that. You know, we settling for something. What's up, Jamie? I'm always doing research. Zoom also works. Let's talk. I'm pretty good at coming up with ideas. Okay, Javier, we should do that then. We should set off some time and do that when it suits us both. I don't know exactly where you're in right now. What part of the world and what kind of time zone we're looking at. Too many people talking over each other. Yeah, I know. But if you get him in on something like, I know that that's the deal with Zoom, and You could do it like with StreamYard if you want to talk with people. The problem is I haven't figured out how to do audio from other sources at the same time as I'm running audio from microphones and everything else. Whenever I try to set something up over here, and I've tried for weeks, setups that other people have made work just will not work over here because I get other technical issues. But something like StreamYard could work, but then you're like one-on-one more, and that could also be interesting, right? I'm in Miami, but whatever time is good for me. I gotta run, but really nice to catch you live. Yeah, thank you, Functronimus Prime. I do recognize you. I do recognize that name. I'll see you on Instagram. I'll send you an email. Alright, great job, for real. Is that the new synth you used on it? On that track that you heard? Yes. Yes. All of the sounds there, apart from the vocoder and the vocals. Or are you talking about the background track? Because that's something completely different I made years ago. You're almost using a hybrid system. Yeah, I know. I don't want to use a hybrid system. I want to set up something. I don't know. Ugh. It would be nice to have this one thing that was just streaming. Max let you use aggregate audio devices, then you can use that to mix various. That's what I'm doing, Mike, and I get other problems. There seems to be an issue with any sound card that I'm using, and so when I want to take audio from my iPad in, I get some weird technical issue that introduces. After a while, it takes a bit for it to build up, but after a while all of the audio gets kind of like, it just disappears in the background because now you have this loud digital distortion laying on top of it. It sounds almost like a USB ground loop hub, and I haven't been able to figure out how it works, where it's coming from, or anything. So the only way where it should work, where you can use a screen capture from your iPad and get the audio out at the same time.
Welcome to Satellite Plugins 2.0.
Shut up. And also use my mic audio. I get this issue instead, and I'm using aggregate devices, and it's mind-blowing, and I don't understand why I'm getting this issue. I sat down with Kai, tried to figure it out. We couldn't figure it out. And I also have this other friend that does a lot of DIY stuff. It's the same thing, and he also said that it kind of sounds like a USB ground loop hub, but it's so weird because everything is working, and then after maybe half an hour, it starts just increasing and then going up to a really loud level, and now I can't use it. And then after that, even when restarting the computer, you keep getting it, and it only happens from within the Mac. I don't know what's going on. It's overloading the system. Yeah, it sounds like something like that. Something is overloading the system, and I think it is like some weird kind of USB ground loop or something like that. So, in fair honesty here, in all honesty, I hate USB. I like USB-C more than I like USB anything else, but I hate USB. I hate USB. And I seriously, so many times just wish that I could get my old studio back where I was using XLR connectors and big tele plugs and BNC connectors with the rings on them so you can really fasten stuff down. USB is so flimsy sometimes. Hey, Future Music, what's up? Dan Ramirez, hello. IG allows you to have another people jump on the stream one at a time. Yeah, I know. The problem with IG is that it disconnects the audio sound interface whenever you start up that thing, and it's so annoying. I've tried it out with several of my sound cards. So I'll have a sound card connected to it, I'll have my mic and everything connected, and everything goes into the sound card, and I'm running a live video, for instance, and then someone calls, it reinitializes the sound card, and it drops out, and then suddenly I start hearing the speaker on the phone instead, and then suddenly it's using the mic on the phone. I hate it. I just wish that it could, I could probably use maybe an aggregate streaming device and send it to Instagram instead. Loopback, yeah, it sounds like some kind of a loopback. Yeah, and it builds up over time. It builds up over time. That's the thing. It takes half an hour. And once it's done that, and I try to restart everything, it just keeps on being an issue until I try it out again the day after, where it's reset. And it's the same thing. I went on for weeks trying to figure this out, and in the end, I just decided not to do screen captures. The only reason why I got into trying to fix this and do it like this instead is because I was so tired of doing this shitty camera where everything is blurry, and screen captures would be much more interesting. You know, on Windows I wouldn't have this problem. On Windows I wouldn't have this problem. I know exactly what to do on Windows, but on Mac, it's so annoying. IGN might work better with OBS, and I think that too, yeah. My 2018 Focusrite 2 i4 has loopbacks as a software upgrade. Congrats me, days ago I found my first real offline listener. I don't even know what that means. The way I solved this is for my own channel is to screen capture and stream the iPad from a whole separate Discord account. Yeah, I think you're breaking my brain now. You know, I could probably solve all of this if I got... The problem is I'm trying to do everything with this one MacBook, and it's not even up to specs. You know, it's not even up for the work. It's not powerful enough. And that's the problem. You know, so I tried to do everything with this MacBook, and it's just, nah. Alright, so I'm already at a point where I've completely, I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk USB-C anymore. That's definitely it. But we have talked about it, so let's talk about something else. Yeah, let's talk about something completely different. By the way, I'm not gonna check it out now, but I did get this in the mail. So Artiphone sent this to me, and I'm gonna have a look at it. It seems like a fun device, and I like the fact that it's the way they've thought about this thing. It's right up there, you know, with apps like Figure. You know how much I love Figure and stuff like that. You know, like instant music kind of deals, which the Orba is supposed to be. And I think it is. I think it's pretty cool. I'm charging it right now. You know, it traveled quite a bit, so I'm charging the thing. Otherwise, we would have done something fun with it now, I think. I just really want to look into it, and I'll most likely do a video with it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for it to charge anyway. It works as an MPE controller too, I think. Yeah, you can use it as a MIDI controller. You even have... I read up about it as much as I could and checked all the videos over at Artiphone, and I also spoke to Jakob over at Orba. Same name as me, only spells it with a C. And I spoke to him. So yeah, I know whatever you can know about the Orba. I think there are some questions that I haven't answered yet or gotten answered that no one else seems to answer in any of their videos. So yeah, my video is gonna be different than everyone else's videos, I hope. And I have some complaints already, you know, over the structure of it, but just because you can use it as a MIDI controller, it makes it very interesting. Speaky? Are the iPad apps still locked on these M1 Macs? Are the iPad apps still locked on these M1 Macs? Locked. Dan Ramirez, what do you mean with locked? I haven't used Orba as a MIDI controller, but that's what would be most compelling for me. Yeah, I mean, I see people use it in videos, you know, as a MIDI controller. I think that... what's his name again? Oh, God. What's his name? He does a lot of mobile stuff with hardware. Come on. What's his name? Because I've seen him do videos using the Orba as a MIDI controller. And you know, the thing isn't really expensive either. In Sweden, you buy it for what? Like a little bit under $100? That's what it costs, basically. What's his name? Tatro. His name is Tatro. Taetro. Tatro. That guy has done a lot of Orba videos. So you can probably see him use it like that. iOS apps will be completely compatible with the M1 Mac. Yeah, if they opt into it, Mike, I think. Right? Don't they have to do something? At least that's how I understood it. And some developers just aren't interested in that. Or Mac apps will be compatible with iPads. Yeah, you see, there's this one thing that we keep forgetting. You know what? All of these discussions are gonna disappear as soon as Apple releases Logic for iPad, for instance. See, everybody got like, does he know something? No, I don't. I don't even know shit. I just wanted to say that because I know what happens when you say stuff like that. You see, I'm shitty like that. I'm so shitty. But seriously, you know, thinking about it. I've been thinking about it a lot, especially since last time we spoke. And yeah, I think we are going to see Logic on the iPad in the future. I'm almost certain about it now. You know, thinking about it. And the same thing goes for that video software that everyone wants. I'm thinking that that's probably gonna end up on iPad too. Yeah, most likely. So I might as well just brush up on my Logic again. Last time I used it was like 6 years ago in the studio, and like I've said, I don't even like using it myself. I'm a Cubase person. There's nothing wrong with it. It's extremely powerful piece of software. Yeah, it is, and hence why we used it in that studio. But I had my friend Per control it instead. The guy, he did everything. He ran all the controls, you know, basically. I just don't want to do that. Logic won't come to iPad OS because Apple invested too much time and dollars in GarageBand. Yeah, I think it's gonna come there. I'm gonna be one of the yes sayers now. Yes, it's gonna come. It's gonna come to iPad. Absolutely. I'm one of those now. You've changed my mind with your incessant asking me questions, incessant questions, over and over. Jacob, do you think it's gonna? Yes, I'm gonna say yes. I think that. It means nothing though. I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. I just think that. I can't remember what that video software was called now. Accurate bruh. What's up, man? What's up? Hey, Accurate, I really loved that last stream you did. You know, isn't it nice just to sit down and talk to your audience? That's what I discovered as soon as I started this channel, and as soon as I let all of my, you know, needing to be perfect, as soon as I let all of that go and just started to interact with everyone. Sorry for speaking about everyone in third person like that, but as soon as I did that, I just felt this relief. You know, it's like taking a huge no, let's not do that imagery. It's just, it feels so nice. I feel comfortable. Wasn't that nice though? You loved it? Yeah. You should do more like them. You can do them impromptu whenever, or you could do them like a regular thing if you have time for it, like once a month or something like that. It doesn't have to be a specific topic. And you know what's fun about that? You get to name it any way you want. I mean, I checked through my naming schemes for some of my episodes. Oh, I never I never changed that. I think I have one. There's one I call "I'll be with you in a moment." Retitle later, Jacob. And I never did. I never did this. That's so stupid. You can literally call it whatever you want, and I think that's fun. I sometimes watch this guy called Penguin Z or Charlie, and I love the way that he titles his videos. He can just title it whatever he wants. Same thing with, there's this young kid that streams a lot of Rust. He calls himself Spoon Kid. He always has a fun title for his videos, and I love being able to do that. Just give it whatever title you want. It doesn't matter when you're doing an impromptu, just, you know, talking to the audience. I already planned for a concept. Weekly streams are coming up. Oh, alright. Okay, cool. You'll probably see me on them, you know, if I'm not doing work, but yeah. Features like scripting in media environment cannot work as it stands on a touchscreen. Yeah, okay. I do understand that there are some issues with the logic thingy. And maybe that's true, maybe that's true, maybe that's why GarageBand is always going to be there and maybe not Logic. But I'm still going to be one of those people who says, yes, I think it's going to come to iOS. I'm just gonna, because that's what people want me to say. That's what you want me to say. And you know, I'm still saying I think, which means nothing. It means nothing, you know? So, I'm a yes sayer now. Yes. Logic to iPad, Jacob? Yes. I think. Yes. I think so. No problem. And everybody will feel a little bit more relieved in their day. And you know, I'm all about that. I want you to feel relieved. I want you to relieve yourself. That's the only thing I want. I want you to really just be able to completely and utterly relieve yourself. That probably means something completely different, but because I'm Swedish, I'm not getting it. I think macOS should be bootable on the iPad. The hardware is identical. All we need is an unlocked bootloader. Yeah, there's this one thing only. App pricing. I think that's gonna stick a lot of sticks in the wheel. I'm trying to stick in the wheel, käppar i hjulet. Like the way we say it in Swedish is it's gonna stick. Käppar i hjulet means walking canes in the wheel. I think you get it. Like when you do that, if you're riding a bike and someone does that to you, number one, you'll probably be a bit peeved, you know, falling over and everything. Number two, you're probably gonna be a bit pissed, and it's a problem when someone does that, and it kind of holds you back from, you know, finishing your trip. Something that could do that is probably app pricing, and the way that developers have to do maybe some extra work, even though these platforms are gonna be the same. I don't know. That's the thing. Spanner in the works. Spanner in the works. There you go. That's what you say. Relieve. Rustic, I don't know what's going on with you, but you've been very, 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 you know, on that side of me almost letting YouTube really handle your comments. What's going on, man? What's going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't use the E word. Don't use that word. There is only negatives to unifying the 2x software platforms that would lose billions. Ink or the toilet. Ink or on the toilet. Ink or... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm reading a part of your name there. I didn't understand what ink on the toilet is. I'm thinking, like, is that a saying that you say where you come from the land where you come from? Ink on the toilet. It could mean something, right? Ink on the toilet. Right now, Apple supports 2 times multi-million-dollar ecosystem with almost no actual input from them. Unifying them would ruin their bottom line. That could be a thing. So you have an OPC, nice. Yes, I do, and I did actually put out. I have videos on my channel, a few of them with OPC. I did this one video where I showed my 5 most top favorite features in the OPC, the things that made me just absolutely love the OPC, because it feels like you're working with this. Oh God, the conditional triggers that you have on this thing is just mwah, mwah. Love it. You should go watch that video. I second Mike Lucas's comment. Desktop users pay a lot more for apps, so which way would prices go? Yeah, that's also what I'm asking. What was your first concern you attended? What was the first concern? What was the first concert that I attended? You know what? I think maybe my mom can answer that, because the first concert I ever attended, I probably was too small. If my mom is still in the chat, then she can probably answer that, because I don't remember. The first concert I attended as an attendee, as a person in the thing, that I remember, clearly remember, I think it was a punk concert at Elverket. Yeah, place of my hometown. The first one I remember clearly. But there's been a lot of other ones. Do they say Z or Z in Swedish? In Swedish, Z or Z is the letter is Z. Z. And we pronounce it like Z, or yeah, that's pretty much it. Like Zorro. It's the same, Zorro. Like Zorro, the caped, the very manly, masculine caped, black caped. He's got all black clothes on, and he does this Z thing with the sword. Yeah, Zorro. Elverket was the first one that I remember. But when I don't remember many others. I mean, I've been on a lot of concerts as a main thing, you know, me playing music and doing stuff. But I didn't remember them too well because, you know, that was in a time when I was a heavy drinker and using drugs. So, you know, yeah, probably part of my life I would have wanted to remember. That's how it is, you know. That's how it is. Don't you remember in school? No, I don't remember school stuff like that. No. Zorro. And we do rolling R's. Rullandar. Do you believe in ghosts and aliens? No, I don't believe in ghosts and aliens. No, I'm very scientifically minded, and I choose not to believe in anything. I will take facts, and I will base my decisions on facts, and pretty much that. And if it can't be proven, then I pretty much just dismiss it, and I don't think about it. So I walk around life not really being concerned with stuff like that, and you know, that works for me. For some people, it doesn't work. They do these other things. They need these other things, but I don't need them. And there's nothing bad or good with it. It's just the way it is. So that's how I am, basically. So I don't believe in anything. I'll take whatever facts I'm given that can be proven, and I'll base my decisions upon that. Because in the end, that's what we do with everything in our life. We base our decisions upon whatever fact we have at that moment. And I'd rather that fact be something that can be proven to be real or tangible, rather than something that, you know, I just choose to believe, you know. So I know that there are people that see things and stuff like that, and whenever someone is giving me so-called evidence in the forms of what they've seen, I dismiss it because it's, you know, what they've seen. I have not yet seen that. So, you know, I'm not saying that they're lying, nor do I think of them as liars. I accept that they saw it, but that doesn't make it true for me. It's that simple. So yeah, I don't walk around calling people assholes or idiots for believing in things. I don't. That's just stupid and silly. And I don't think that I know everything. I know that I don't know anything. I mean, I know how stupid I am, and I know how stupid I can be, and I know how stupid I have been. And I've also come from a place where I used to be really, really hard conspiracy theorist. Like, really. I believed in a lot of conspiracies, a lot of it. But as time moved on, I kind of, I wouldn't say woke up from it. I grew out of it, or something happened along the lines where I started asking myself questions in why I just took these things as fact, you know. And do I believe that do I think that there might be life out in the universe other than ours? Yes, absolutely. I do. I choose to think that. Yes, simply because of the sheer amount of galaxies and the amount of planets and the amount of probable planets within Goldilocks zones that are able to maybe, you know, sustain life sort of in the same nature as ours. And then on our planet also we have something called extremophiles, life forms that can actually, you know, exist in places that are absolutely inhospitable for humans or any kind of animal life. You know, it might be microbes and everything, microbes or anything else like that. But I cannot sit here after I've seen like the deep Hubble field pictures. I cannot sit and say that I don't think that there are other lives out there. When I've seen those pictures, that was enough for me to think that, okay, there's a lot of stuff we don't know and a lot of stuff we haven't seen. So anything else other than that, you're probably, you're gonna get a no. Like, do you think aliens have been here? No, I don't. Do you think that this and that? No. Do you think ghosts? No, I don't. And a lot of the stuff that I've seen myself in my life have been easily explainable with mass hysteria, drugs. You know, drugs can do a lot of shit to your head. And I've had plenty of visions on drugs. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't believe that they're all real today. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on drugs, I can tell you that. Oh yes, oh yes. And you know, I'm glad that I'm not on drugs anymore, because whatever I'm seeing, even today, I don't know what it's called, but you know, our brains work in a way where we are looking for patterns all the time. And I like using Occam's razor, but even I get sometimes taken by my own fear, because here's the thing. We have evolved with an ability to see patterns, which is a good thing, okay? And we've also evolved with an ability to be scared easily so that we can get to safety easily, you know? Heighten our sense of I need to get the fuck out of here, you know? That sense, that fear. And sometimes we don't recognize it. So there's been moments where I know that I've been home alone and I've turned around and I've seen something in the distance and I've thought that that was a person. Now some people will say, oh, it's a ghost. But I know now how the human brain works and how we are able to see patterns everywhere. And so I do recognize what I've seen. And many times, sometimes I've seen in the corner of my eyes has been something completely mundane. But because of my fear acting upon me at that time, I'm now seeing something else. I'm looking for a pattern and I'm now seeing a face. And so I get scared, like I get more scared, and now I'm in a panic mode. And when you're in a panic mode, you're not being rational at all. And when I was younger, I couldn't admit that to myself, because for me, that felt like I was admitting that I was crazy. But it turns out that no, we're not crazy. We're just human. That's just the way we work. So I'm okay with that, you know? A lot of the ghostly sightings I had were most likely just stuff like this, because it still happens to me today, even without drugs, on a regular basis. And I can instantly see what it is because I'm no longer acting upon my fear. Yeah, I just like basing my life decisions on facts instead of anything else. I'd rather want whatever I decide to be based upon something real than something that might not be real, you know? I can't just believe in something that someone else tells me is true just because they tell me that. That's not how I work. And whenever someone tries to do that and they get angry at me for not believing in them, that makes me want to believe them even less, or even think about what they're doing less. Yeah. I'm just saying that if you ever approach me in real life and you want to tell me something that is just out there, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You're gonna have to give me some real evidence for what you're saying if you're gonna say something, you know, out of there, out of this world. So, yeah. I hope I haven't pissed too many people off, but yeah. That's, I mean, think about the type of channel I have. Think about it. What I do on my channel is not make stuff up and then present it to you. Unless it's music. I mean, I make my music up, but I don't make facts up. And whenever I get something wrong, I've gone back and I've corrected. Why do I do that? Why do I do that thing that so many YouTubers don't do many times? It's enough for them to maybe just, you know, say something in a video afterwards, but I want to provide you with proper information that is proper so that you can use that to base your decision off. I don't want that to be incorrect. I live my life this way because it's proven to be the most effective way of getting results that actually matters. That's just the way it is. Yeah, I'm a rationalist. That's all. I'm just trying to be rational, and that doesn't mean that I hate people who might be doing unrational things. I don't. I know where you're coming from. I've been there, and I don't think that I'm better than anyone else. I am just as human as everyone else in this world, and I've done my fair bit of shit, like being an asshole most of my life. So I don't get to judge anyone. Don't think that I'm doing that. I am not judging any of you. That's not up for me, you know. It's just we have to take care of each other. We can't but just be sitting and trying to be better. Like we need to try to be better, but I just want to get better at what I do for me, and not because I want to get better than that other person. That's not what I'm doing. It's good to be challenged by other people, you know. Try to improve yourself, but I don't want to do it because I want to be better than someone else. I just want to be better. I just don't want to be an asshole. So yeah. Religion serves a purpose though, no matter my own opinions on the topic. It definitely serves a purpose. I just think it's dangerous when people are using religion to do horrifying shit to people. That's not religion's fault, you know, in its own. It's always humans doing these things. But it's a good platform. But you can say that about any group. It doesn't matter if you're an N-A-Z-Y, why? Nazai? Have you seen any Nazais lately? N-A-Z-I. It doesn't matter if you're that. It doesn't matter if you're a member of KKK. It doesn't matter if you're a member of some kind of religion. If you're a crazy person, downright crazy, it doesn't matter what your worldview is. It doesn't matter, because if you're crazy and you just need to hurt people, you're gonna use whatever denomination of whatever faith-based system out there to round people up and go do some hurting. It doesn't matter. It's just a tool in that sense, you know. And as a tool, you can use these things. You can really wield them as tools, because it's easy to get people to fall in line under something like that, because it provides you with something that gives you comfort. I know. I've been there. I'm a sober alcoholic. I've been there. I know what that feels like. To being carried by the group, to be forgiven by a group, to belong to something. I know what that feels like. I've done other things in my life where I've been part of a group, you know. That's just the way it is. But then you have people using it as weapons, you know. And that's not the fault of the thing itself. It's always people doing it. Yeah. I hope I made myself clear. I hope I didn't piss people off. It's all hate. Yeah, extremists and hate and stuff. And whenever you're hating, it's not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well. And it doesn't matter what you call yourself. You know, your ism doesn't matter. Your ist doesn't matter. If you're gonna be hateful, you're just gonna be downright fucking hateful, and you're not gonna be a helpful member of society. You're just gonna be someone who hurts people. That's all it is. You know, it doesn't matter. All we need to do is to love each other and try to understand each other. That's all, you know. And I had to learn that the hard way. Literally. You know, I've been feeling hatred from a lot of different angles in my life, but I didn't realize I was dishing it out myself in huge portions. And that's what it does to you, you know. That's why I don't want to spread that. I don't want to spread it. I don't want to plant seeds of hate into other people. I'd rather plant seeds of openness and happiness and you know, all of that good stuff. Yeah. How did it turn into that? People, now we're there again. I'm so frustrated over the way I'm doing these streams. They click on USB-C is good, and then they get this guy talking about it's like Bill and Ted said, be excellent to each other. On another note, I've been playing Cyberpunk, okay? And in this game, you have one of the main characters that you follow is Johnny Silverhand. And Johnny Silverhand is being played by Mr. Johnny Mnemonic himself, Mr. Matrix himself, Keanu Reeves. And it's literally Keanu being Keanu. And he is perfect for this role. I love what he did. I don't understand people shitting on his performance, because many times when I see a video shitting on his performance in this game, it's like as if they've forgotten that Keanu is Keanu. And Keanu is always gonna be Keanu. And he's being very much Keanu in Cyberpunk. And I love that. It's perfect. He is a perfect Johnny Silverhand. I love that character and I hate that character. He's so good. I can see a lot of myself in that character. The good parts and the bad parts. And it's just such a good character. Very human. Even though he's I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it. Keanu is good in Johnny Mnemonic. I love that old movie. Oh, I love that old movie so much. And everybody's telling me, Jacob, you're being so cringe, man. Bro, you're being cringe, dude. You're cringe, bro. They tell me I'm cringe because I like that thing, because it's a budget thing. Why should I fucking care about that? I don't care about that. A budget of a movie does not have to dictate whether it's fun to watch or good or not. There's a lot of problems in the movie, yeah, but come on. You got Dolph Lundgren like like this Terminator in there, a preacher Terminator. That character he's doing is just mwah, love it. It's a classic crazy Dolph Lundgren thing. Actually, I don't know if it's classic Dolph Lundgren, but it's awesome, and that's how you pronounce his name, Dolph Lundgren. He's Swedish. They should have had Van Damme as Johnny Silverhand. You know, they should have added Van Damme in there, actually. Yeah. They should have added him in there. They should have added a lot of the old ones in there. You know, I don't have a problem with that. Not when it comes to Cyberpunk. I would be okay with that. But, you know, they do have... they had some other weird people in there. I think in one of the clubs, you can see Hideo Kojima. Yeah, Hideo Kojima is definitely in there. His character in a club. And there are some other people too. I haven't found them all yet because I've been so mesmerized by the bugs. I just wish they could finish the game They haven't finished the game. This is not a finished game. It's not a finished game. I love what's working. Whenever it's working, I love it. And now, several months after they released it, and several 40 gigabyte download upgrade patching, every patch on Xbox One has been about 40 gigabytes big of downloadable bug fixes. I don't know what they're doing, but it definitely runs smoother now. And some of the really game-breaking stuff in there, like there's this moment where a person that you've spent a lot of time with dies in the car, and you feel it because you've been hanging out with this man. He's been your friend, you know, he's been your friend, and he dies. But when the game came out, there's in the middle of this scene, he's giving you something, right? And then his gun gets stuck to his hand, but not in the hand, like at the side of his hand, so it moves like completely weirdly, and it just clips through the head and everything. It completely destroyed that moment. They fixed that at least. Oh, sorry, Dan. I hope I didn't spoil it for you. Kojima's cameo feels strangely like if you'd walked past him in real life. Kojima is strange. He's strange and wonderfully strange. There is this one game I want to play that he made that got like everybody, every critic out there, they pretty much split into two groups. One hated that game and the other ones loved it. I can't remember the name of the game now, but I want to play it because it's so weird. You're basically moving packages around and trying not to stumble and fall. That's what I've understood of it. But it looked awesome. It looked like a typical, like if you let Hideo Kojima loose, if you told Hideo like, Hideo-sama, you can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Every crazy fucked up idea you get, just put it into the game, man. And that's what he did. That's what he did. That's what it looks like. It looks like a lot of fun, and I want to play that game. But Death Stranding. I want to play that game, but I'm on Xbox. I'm gonna have to go out and play get myself an old, used PlayStation just for that game because it looks amazing. AKA Apocalyptic Delivery Service. How are there 29 people watching this right now? What are you people doing out there? Who are you people? Are you maybe you are just doing your dishes right now, or your homework, or maybe you're not in that age. I don't even know. Maybe you don't have any homework. Are you at work right now just listening to me? Well, just know this. I know that you're there. I'm the voice in the night. Maybe it's not night where you are, but you know, it's night over here. Well, I'm the voice in the darkness, and I'm telling you right now, you are amazing. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for taking me and my channel to this point. Our channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for hanging out with me. I don't understand you. I don't understand why you want to do this, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. It's been a freaking awesome year doing these streams. Wait, I did start this like last year, right? So it's almost been like two years. Well, I did start like late on. You know, never mind. Doesn't matter. With Koala just waiting to be used on my old iPad next to me. Ah, okay. I'm doing laundry and resting up for a spinal tap tomorrow. Oh, Jesus. Well, have fun with. Good luck. Maybe you don't need that. I want to wish you well. Yeah, I wish you well. I hope it goes well, Lucas. Playing Tetris as I'm watching. Oh well, that's awesome, bro. I'm playing some free games on internet. Mom, what the hell? Mom's turning into a gamer. She's like really gaming nowadays. Just pro gaming, MLG gaming. I'm telling you, nothing smash. No one can smash fruits like my mom. She's doing a fruity smash. You good? I'm working on a new synth and enjoying the stream background. Oh, okay. I knew it. You're doing this other stuff. You know, I do that too sometimes. I have these videos that I sometimes watch. I watch a lot of people debunking stuff because I like it, especially when I walked around. Maybe there's something I've taken as fact. Like if we tune back into what we said earlier, what I said earlier, I like to be proven wrong, you know. And there have been so many things in my life where I've been proven wrong. So I'll admit something to you. I used to be one of these people that actually did watch back when it came out, when it was new. Like the first 2 or 3 episodes of Ancient Aliens. I used to watch those shows and I'm like, yeah, this seems cool. It wasn't like I was completely like, yeah, this is definitely it. It was more like, yeah, this is cool information. And I never really questioned what I was seeing. I think it was something that happened in the 3rd episode where I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you contradicting yourself? Well, years went by, and then I found a video called Ancient Aliens Debunked by this guy called Chris White. And he actually did do proper research for that video. It's 3 hours long. And I listened to that thing over and over just to make sure that I'm getting all the points. Because at the same time, whenever I have a little free time over, I sometimes do some Googling. So there's this database over the Sumerian language. Yes, the Sumerian language is now databased. You can search it and you can look at the translations. And the good thing with the Sumerians is that they actually did write like a what do you call it? Like they what do you call it? Like an alphabet or something. They wrote down. You can learn to read Sumerian today through the internet. It's all free right there on the internet. And so I did, and I tried out some stuff that actually happened, because there's this guy called Sitchin, and he did like translations on these things. And back when he did it, no one had the internet. No one could really double check that what he knew was the real deal. And it turns out that the guy is either very shitty at the language or even lying about what he's doing. Because when you check out what he says and what's actually written in the Sumerian languages, none of it makes any sense to what he is saying that it's actually saying. And that's this guy's text, this guy's translation is what the Ancient Aliens people have been basing all of their information on. They've been basing everything they do on something faulty. Me, if I had found that out, it would have broken me completely. But these people, they just keep on going. And it's been on now for what, 8 seasons? And oh God. It's awful. It's awful, some of the things they get wrong in there. And yeah, it's just awful. But it's a fun thing. If you want to get into it and start looking and picking that show apart, just start with that video by Chris White, Ancient Aliens Debunked, and he gives you sources for all of it on a site. So the video is linked to a site, and he also displays numbers in the videos whenever he claims something. That number corresponds to number on the website where all the sources are, so you can easily double check that. That's nothing that Ancient Aliens would ever do. And if you think about it, if you watch one of their shows, they never ever say that something really is something. They never state that something is something really. What they do is they ask questions. They say stuff like, could it be possible? Yes, we think it could be possible. It took me some time before I realized that that's what was going on. They are basically letting the viewer fill in with whatever they want to fill in with themselves. I do recommend that video though. Ancient Aliens Debunked, Chris White. He spells his name ChrisWhite. I think I spelled it right? Ancient Aliens still on? Yes, Mike! 9 seasons or 8 seasons, it's still on. Hey Jacob, I mean hey Joe, Joe Y. Hello, Joe. Welcome. I like Skeptoid too. As long as they don't make outright claims, they can let you imagine whenever they want you to imagine. Yeah. Is it possible? Is something they say. A lot. Is it possible? One of the best parts of that video is actually when they go over the whole thing. They open up, I think it's the first episode, they open up with Puma Punko, and he goes through that. It's insane. These people don't even know what a retaining wall is. A retaining wall, something that stops dirt from sliding in over everything that you've built. Something that stops water and dirt and mud from sliding in over what you built. They don't even know what a retaining wall is. That is so bad. It's so bad. It's not good. So if there are aliens out there, if they've ever been visiting here, if they've whatever ancient aliens seems to put out there, that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. Facts show that it hasn't happened. And you know, one thing that I got really blew my mind is that this one guy building a Stonehenge in his background, in his backyard. It's really cool. Google it or search on it on YouTube. He's using the simplest tools you could ever think about. I love that. I love that. So basically, he's just using leverage and weight, right? So he puts a big rock like this onto something, and then he raises one end and he puts something in that end, and then he just keeps doing it, rocking it back and forth until it gets up, until he can put other stones under it. And that's how easy you can build a Stonehenge by yourself, by using just wood and some counterweighting. It's really cool. Free the pants. Hey, what's up, Vortex? Isn't that necessarily for science, religion, any faith? Nothing can be proven in totality. Oh, there are some. Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is that if faith does not need any proving, as I've understood it, you only need faith. You don't need proof at all. You can just do it with faith. But with science, everything needs proof. And whatever the proof tells you, your mind changes with that. The method doesn't change. The method is always the same. A search, a search, trying to discredit whatever you might believe, trying to disprove. That's what science is about. Trying to disprove. That's how you find out these facts. Because if you don't know what something isn't, then you can't say what it is either. Like, how do you prove that water is water? How do you prove that water is not orange juice? For instance, like that. With faith, you can just say that this orange juice is now water, and it is water. If you choose to believe that, then that's what it could be. I know I'm using a very weird thing here, but faith is faith, and scientific method is the scientific method. They really don't work well together. They don't. If you start using faith as a tool for your science, you're gonna just end up with a null result. You're gonna end up believing that you have something, or maybe you might be, taking a fact as a fact, even though it might not be. You never want to stop trying to disprove yourself in science. That's the whole thing. Never stop asking questions. Never just feel fine about what you've been able to prove. There's this reason to why all scientists say, we think that this is the way it works. I mean, if you think about it, we think it works like this. We can say with an certainty that this is how it appears to work. Appears to work. They are really afraid of saying, yes, this is now truth. Science do not deal with truth. It's not a good thing. If you put the word truth in your scientific report. I don't know how many of you have ever read like a science paper. I've read a lot of science papers on COVID, and it's so hard to get through because of the language. It's really, really hard. Like, you believe logic is coming to iPad. Yeah, exactly. But that, like I told you, I did that with a smirk on my face, because what I really believe, I don't believe anything. What I want to say whenever someone asks me something that I don't know is, I want to say, I don't know. And that doesn't work well with people. So I'd say, you know, I have no idea, but, you know, I think it might come. Doesn't mean anything, but I want to be one of those that think that it comes. So I choose to do that instead. But do I really believe that it will? I don't know. That's the truth of it. I have no idea. I need way more data before I can tell you. That's how I usually answer everything. You know, I was invited to a lot of live streams early on when I started doing this YouTube thing. And whenever I joined up in a live stream with people, I ended up saying I don't know a lot. And my friends, seeing that, they told me that I was being boring. Instead of doing that, try to talk about what you do know. Try to find other things to say, you know? So I thought about that a lot, because I don't like saying stuff that are either false or not true, or some things I can't be certain about. So instead of saying I don't know, I'd say I have no idea, but I think it might be, you know? Just like ancient aliens, you're just saying, we think it could. Could it be possible? Could it be possible? You know, because people want to fill in with whatever themselves. And then I still haven't said that thing. I haven't said that, yes, it is true. I said that I choose to think so. Need to be careful, especially when you're doing tutorials and stuff like that. Need to be careful not to do that stuff where you are just basing it on whatever you think might be the case and just disproving it. Which is why every time I also answer a question in an email or in a message, it takes me longer than most people. You'll see a lot of people just answer instantly on Twitter and stuff, and then you'll see me disappear. Maybe for a half a day even, or a day before I answer something. Because even though I know the answer, I will still go and double check. Because I do not want to feed someone false information. That's the difference between faith and science. So I choose the scientific route just because I want to make sure that I'm not teaching you the wrong thing. Because if I'm doing that, it looks like a spaceship. Look at this. This is a wooden spaceship. Is it possible that this is a wooden spaceship? Yes, I think so. Yeah, I'd just rather do it like that. I don't wanna teach people the wrong things, which is why it breaks my heart whenever I do something wrong, because that happens. It completely breaks me whenever I do something wrong. But that's the thing, you know. That's the problem with being alone doing something like this. It's always good to have your stuff peer reviewed by others and have others check it over, because there's gonna be stuff that you keep missing, and that's also a big part of science. Having other people check over your work, trying to disprove what you're saying. Yeah, there are no absolutes because it's an ever-changing living creature. I had a physics in college, and we had to do our lab results by writing hypothesis and then testing it, gather data and then a conclusion. It sounds like fun, you know. I wish I would have done some more studying when I was younger, but here's the thing. ADHD Jacob cannot study. It does not work. ADHD Jacob needs to do things. You need to put tools in Jacob's hands. Make Jacob build things. That's how Jacob learns. That's how Jacob has learned everything. I speak of myself in third person. Makes me sound important. Jacob knows stuff because Jacob did stuff. I just can't. I don't learn good from books. I always have to do stuff. But there are people that can read something and they remember that, you know. It's never worked with me. I have to do it and then read a little bit and then do it and do it. I only learn by really doing. It takes gut to say I don't know instead of pretending knowing how to. Yeah, it used to do that. For me, it used to take a lot of gut. But nowadays, I'd rather just do it instead of being wrong about something. And I've also realized that I don't have too much of a problem changing my mind when I'm being presented with testable information that proves to me that maybe what I'm thinking might not be the right thing. I should retitle this episode into I don't even know what I should title it. What should I title this episode? What is this? What is this video? I probably lost a lot of people, you know. I've had that happen to me before. Someone asking me like, "Oh, are you a man of faith?" And I say no, and then they get angry with me, and I'm like, I'm unsubscribing. Like, if that's really the way you choose to live your life, really, stop. That's the biggest problem in our life. Starting not to like someone just because they don't exactly think like you. That's bad. That's a bad thing. That's how all bad things start. It's okay for us to be different. It's okay. As soon as we can concede with that point, it's okay to be different. And you know what? Most of us, we want to be different. We want to be special, for fuck's sake. So, we should let each other be different. It should be okay. It's so shitty. Come on now. Yeah, much better. I think better than you. Chilling and chatting. Alright. I'll rename it. Where do I email you to? You email to this address here. I'll type it in. There you go. Rustic doesn't know people who are deeply religious. I know spiritual people. I do know deeply religious people. I do know. Yeah. And through my life, I've met a lot of deeply religious people. Even had very close friends who were deeply religious. And we work together even though I'm not, you know? Because we just accepted each other and that's all. If everyone was the same, it would be too boring. Yeah, I'm thinking about this movie, THX 1138. THX 1138. THX 1138, I think it is. Pictures. Everybody's dressed in white. Come on, I just want the picture. Yeah, that's how they all dress, in white. They're not allowed to have partners. They're basically just walking around in this really bright white world, and they have robots basically taking care of them. It's a really weird movie, and it's really good at the same time. It's very dystopian. I love these movies. I love movies that are dystopian. I love all of that stuff. I've already talked about that. I'm not gonna go on with that stuff. Okay, I'll see you, Javier. See you later, cabrón. Órale. Gonna look up that movie. THX 1138. It's another classic. Yep. Show name, Ancient Synthesizer. Ancient synthesizers. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna change the name for the stream. Ancient synthesizers. Let's see here. Oh wait, I can't change it here? Maybe okay, I can do it here. I'll just go in here. Can I do it now? Maybe I have to wait. Yeah, I have to wait until it's done, I think. Oh wait, I can change it. Ancient synthesizers. I'll do this thing where I write, you'll get it if you watch. People aren't used to me typing that stuff in. Oh, I spelt that wrong? You'll get it. Save that. Alright, Ancient Synthesizers. It's a really good title. Jacob's favorite movie is an Apple store. Oh yeah, it kind of looks like an Apple store. I mean, Jesus. This kind of look Apple. Maybe this is the Apple of the future. I don't think they would like that though. You know, they wouldn't like people doing those kinds of references. But yeah, the future of the Apple store. It's bald guys and women in white suits, jumpsuits, in a white building with robot cops trying to sell you the latest iWatch, iBrain, iBanana. There's no way a human created this. It must have been aliens. Yeah, because yeah. The guy is working at the Genius Bar. Which one? This one or that one? I think this one might be working at the Genius Bar. I love this movie so much. It's so good. It's so freakishly good. There's another movie that comes to mind when I see this one. It's newer. It's called The Island. But it's kind of got a Soylent Green theme going on a little bit. Yeah, Soylent Green, by the way, is, oh wow, it's just wonderful. Love that movie. Apple Gatekeeper. So can we talk about harmoniums, Hammond organs, and optical synthesizers? Optical synthesizers, Hammond organ, optical synthesizers. The harmonium. You know, when I went to buy the recently, I don't know if you saw that, if you follow me on Instagram, but I recently purchased a used Korg Chaos Pad KP3. And when I went to meet up the guy, you know, fully masked and everything, he showed me his harmonium collection. Turns out he had 3 of them in that studio, harmoniums, which is kind of like it's like an organ, but with a it's, what do you call it? Dragspel in Swedish, with a blow fart, blow fart. No, that's not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say something else. Where did I get blow fart from? Maybe we should Google blow fart to see what comes up, or maybe not. Social distancing, yes. Hey Nick, I didn't see you there. Mr. Fung is here too. The other guy is testing out an Apple Watch. Yeah, that's what it is. I love the radioactive logo here. This is like Apple in the future, right? Sir, do you like your new Apple Watch? Yeah, I don't know. It kind of it fits snugly around my arm here, but I don't know. I can feel this tingling sensation behind my ear. Really, sir? Maybe you should check that out, you know? I'll be back right soon. Yeah, thank you. Can you bring one of those new eyeglasses thingies? I mean, that would be a fun thing to do. Google blow fart. No. We're not gonna do that. Why would you type that in there? I hope no one Googles that, Samuel. What the hell? We are seriously disturbed, Samuel. And anyone else who has ever Googled Goatsy. That's such a disturbed thing. It's so disturbed. Oh, I did this search for a lot of older shock sites, you know, as they're called. And so many of them are gone now. But there is this one site that kind of catalogs them all. Like a Wayback Machine, but for shock sites instead. Ugh. Harmonicon. Yeah, maybe Harmonicon. He showed you his organ. Rustic, I have no idea what's been going on with you lately, but my lord, what are you doing? What is going on, man? Bellows, Google blow fart. Show me blow farts. Leslie Roder. I've lost control. I've lost control, chat. I've lost control. I don't know what's going on anymore. Whatever's going on, it's going out something weird. It's coming out of my butthole. I used to work for a hosting company that had a customer with one of those sites, and I hated every time he needed it fixed. I had to look. I never thought about that actually being a problem or an issue for someone. Are you hit by the lockdown in income, Jacob? I'm not sure what you're doing for a living, but I thought I read you do music in club. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I haven't done stuff like that in a while, and even if I wanted to, it wouldn't work right now. It's partially what I do for YouTube. Is partial, and then I also do some work as what is it called again? When you advise people, you advise companies, you give advice, you do stuff, you test something, you give advice. It's a word, and I always forget it when I'm supposed to say it. Consulting. I also do consulting, so I get paid for that. The problem is that the consulting has been going really, really badly lately, and so my income has definitely been hit. But not, it's been hit as a result of this, because companies are cutting down on everything that they do, cutting down on staff, cutting down on outsourcing stuff, cutting down on everything. So yeah, I am getting affected, of course. Everybody's gonna get affected in the end, unless you're working in maybe a pharmacy or doing gloves or, you know, stuff that basic supplies that people need. But whatever I'm doing, it's not financially, it's not too good. I can tell you that it's not too good. And anyone thinking that you're gonna become a millionaire with 30,000 subs, you're not. Definitely not. Nope. So yeah. Consulting, yes, consulting. Yes. Take a deep breath and don't read the comments. I've been playing the same music in the background. And you know what? I'm gonna shut this one down. And I'm gonna do this. Actually, I'm gonna end the stream soon, but before we go, I want to play you my track again. Stay tuned for a video on it. I'm not sure yet. I think I'm gonna do 2 videos: a music video completely, and then a video where I'm breaking down the track. That's probably gonna come first, because I want to show what it was I used to make that. And what I used to make that is gonna have this large thing happening tomorrow probably, but my video is not gonna be done because I care about quality over quantity, so I'm taking my time with it. But yeah, I've had that thing now for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I can't remember, and it sounds good. So let's listen to the track once more. And yeah, let's listen to it, and afterwards I'm gonna shut down.
You don't seem to get it. I need you to listen, alright? Are you listening? You see, there can only be one. And I'm the one.
It's not an app.
Are you ready for it? You see, there can only be one. And I'm the one.
Thank you for all the nice things you had to say about this track. And yes, for anyone who's wondering what this is, before I log off and everything and not troll you, as I normally do not ever do, I never troll you at the end of my streams. Yeah, the voice is me, of course, and the vocoder voice is also me. I'm using Matrix vocoder for the vocoder. I've gone over from iVoxel to Matrix vocoder because Matrix vocoder has more of a sound that works with this type of material, whereas the other vocoder, like Versyn's iVoxel, works more with synth, like retro-styled sounds, synth waves, vaporwave, stuff like that, where I'm using it to make music also. Like I said before, I'm working on an album, but this has been made with a hardware thing, okay? And it's secret, to be announced. And all of the sounds, drum sounds, bass sounds, lead sounds, ARP sound, anything you hear in here, apart from the vocals and vocoder, is from this one synth. And a lot of it is presets, and some of it are presets that I made myself, like the bass drum, for instance. I made that myself. Yeah, so stay tuned for a video. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I have to rewatch it. You didn't get a notification. I'm sorry, Enrique. Cabron, listen, I've been doing this stream now for 2 hours, and I'm about to log off. So you're missing it, but at least you get to be here for the not trolling you. That's good, right, Enrique? So you can always rewatch it, but you can stick it. You can stick with it until the end. Do not stick it. Just stick with it. Thank you so much for joining up, everyone, and especially, I never know what I'm gonna say. That's the problem with an ADHD brain. I just say whatever comes up, whatever comes into my head. Thank you so much for making these streams into what they are. I feel very alone when I sit and work with this because it is a lonely job. I don't do collabs because I never have time. I don't get to talk a lot with people online. I know that other YouTubers, they talk to each other and they talk to you, and whenever I have some time, you'll see me, in the iPad musician group, you'll see me write a few lines here and there, but most of the time I'm always deep down in doing research. And if you've been here through this live stream and you heard about what I've been talking about earlier, you understand now what kind of a person I am and why I don't get to meet a lot of people, because most of that time goes into the work I do, no matter what it is. So there are no 8-hour days for me. It's always the double or more, and that's how I've chosen to live my life. I've chosen not to hang out with people, so I'm so happy that I get to do it with you here, and then it's actually like having, like in the old days when I used to be younger and sit in a room with a lot of people, we have fun together, even though it's kind of one-sided, I have to sit here and talk, and sometimes I just want other people to chime in, you can do that in the chat, but like I said at the beginning, yeah, figuring out a way to do this on a regular basis where you can come onto it, like maybe like a Hangout or Discord, it's more of it feels more interesting and more fun, I think, especially since I really want this to be more of a community thing, Yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you, and for being here. Dan Ramirez, don't do that. Don't count down the trolling. How do you know I'm gonna troll you? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'll just keep talking like always, and I will tell you when I end the stream. I will definitely tell you. Definitely. Yep. Oh yeah, someone did ask me a question earlier. Let's see here. So the synth you are referring to is hardware, not a new software. Nope. Um, have you tried upping the BPM on that? Yeah, no, I pulled down on the first version of this track, Rustic, was up in version, but I wanted my BPM to be closer to cyberpunk-ish tempo. It's why it's so slow. More of a hip-hop tempo. That's why it's so slow. So it's on purpose. Yes, I can understand how you would want to maybe have this go quicker. I don't. I want it to be at this slow rate. Because, yeah, like I said, I did have it up before I did it. But, yeah, I redid all of it. And by that time, I don't know. It felt like too intense for me or something. And then when I started playing Cyberpunk again that evening, when I started building this track, I just heard the intro song again, and I just remember what it was that I liked about the music in that game, and it's that slow tempo. Some people saying good night, someone saying good night, someone saying good night. There's probably a question, but I don't remember. Yeah, 90 to 110. Yeah, that's around that place. This one is at 95. I put it right in between there. I have no idea what this piece of hardware is. So frustrating. I know, bro. I know. And yeah, you know me. I don't talk about stuff like that when something is secret. And it's the only way that all of my friends that I do have friends that I can talk to. We don't talk too often because they're all like me, a loners in a bedroom making videos or music or whatever. But when I talk to them, they know that they can trust me because I won't just go and just blurt out whatever they told me to someone else. That's not the kind of person I am. I'm not known for being like that. Out of all the bad things I've done in my life, I don't talk about stuff I'm not allowed to, or stuff that is supposed to be secret, or things that people tell me in confidence. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to be known as a person like that. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I want to tell you, bro, but I can't. I want to tell all of you what it is, but I can't yet. I can't yet. The piece I'm working on is legit 95 BPMs. Is it hip hop or is it something else, Mike? Mike Lucas. Oh, Lucas. Whenever I say Lucas, it makes me think of this other YouTuber called what is his name? He does these funny skits. What rappers be like in the 90s, and what rappers be like. Oh, it's called Crank Lucas. He calls himself Crank Lucas. I don't know if any of you have ever seen that, but there's some funny skits there. I kind of stopped watching the channel because he kept re-uploading old videos. I don't like it when channels do that. It's just, it goes against YouTube. I'm not saying rules couldn't be broken, but when you start re-uploading your old stuff, that's not something I will want to do. Re-editing your old stuff, that's cool. That's something I want to try doing myself. Taking something really old and re-editing it or making it into something more contemporary. That is fun. But just taking your old videos from 4 years ago and starting to re-upload them, nah. I want to see some new stuff. I want to see some. Besides, his content was good. It was really funny. Crank Lucas. I know all about NDAs. Just curious. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting on a top line to finish it. I'm sending it on Discord. Good. Awesome. So, I'm gonna have to shut it down. Otherwise, my partner, she's gonna come out here and she's gonna be all like, "Hey, bro, listen. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, man. You're sitting here. You're talking. You're just talking. All you do is talk. Jacob, come on." And I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, babe. I'm coming. I'm just gonna pack up some stuff." Yeah. You can't see me no more, can you? I'm just gonna do this. Can you see me now? I'm just gonna turn this camera around. Oh, come on now. Ah, hello. It's me, your friend from the darkness. I am the darkness. Any Chappelle show lovers in the house? I've been rewatching it on Netflix. We have it on Netflix here in Sweden again. I love that old show. It's good. It's really good. My type of thing. Absolutely my type of thing. Right, shut that down. So take care of yourselves and be nice to each other. And good night, Dad. Good night, Mom. Good night, everybody. Bye bye, Enrique, Greg, Joshua Kleiner, Samuel, Rustic, Dan Ramirez, Accurate Beats, Mike Lucas. Let's see here. Low was also here. Was it my question about audio interfaces? Yeah, that was probably it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Low. You should get on the Discord and ask me again. I'll make sure to keep an eye on it. Also, Dean, thank you so much for being here. Roboa McNoby, Captain, Mr. Captain, Fam Priam, and everyone else that hasn't been saying anything, but you're still here doing your dishes and whatever. I love all of you. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm actually not gonna troll you this time. So yeah, I'm feeling very, very, what do you call it? I'm feeling nice today. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna troll you. Just really want to thank you. But I need to go eat, so I'm gonna go. So I'm about to shut it down in 3, 2,